For the teenagers that struggle with porn addiction, I just want to tell you that you, number one, are not alone. And number two, I truly understand how you feeling and how bad it could get. You see, I was a porn addict for 7 years. And it was from the age of 13 and it ended at the age of 20. So all my teenage years, I was addicted to that pornography. And one thing I can say is this: when I reflect on how deep I was in that pornography, I really understand that I allowed Satan to deceive me all of them years and keep me stuck off in that porn. None of it was worth it. Now, the time that I turned on that pornography, was it worth it? It don't matter how much pleasure I felt from it. It don't matter how many times I went to it and looked at things that I felt was my fantasy or desire on that pornography. It don't matter how many times I got the feeling that I got from it and the dopamine released when I watched that pornography. It still was not worth it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's best if you don't waste your teenage years watching pornography. It's best if you do something productive. Live for God. If you into sports, stick to that. Put your focus on them things. Let God lead you through your teenage years. Do something that's going to better you, help your future, help you just as a person and as an individual. And that's for males or females. Don't let that porn be the thing that you let consume you over the years. Don't let that porn be something that you give your attention to, your time to. Don't let it be something you give your energy to. It's so many better things that you could be doing than watching that pornography. Now, I understand if you struggling. I understand if you want to get out of it. I understand if you going to God and saying, Lord, I want to be free, and you keep going back. I understand if you trying to turn this thing off and you just got introduced to it and hooked from there. But I'm just tell you overall, the best thing to do is to keep striving to be free if you struggling. Don't just give up and quit. Don't just say you're going to watch this stuff all your life. Don't be a person that want this stuff all your life. It ain't worth it. Pornography damaged me over all them years. Pornography was a problem for me through all them teenage years. If I could go back, I would have never turned it on. I would have never went to it. If you fighting in your mind with this pornography every day and you feeling that burning desire for it every day, I understand that feeling. Are you feeling like that is something that just got such a strong hold on you? I understand that feeling. But I can also tell you this, that God is greater than that porn. He'll help you get free. You don't have to be stuck like that. You don't have to keep seeing yourself as somebody that's never going to get away from it. You don't have to keep giving into the flesh like that, giving Satan what he wants. You can be a free person at any age. There's many lies out here and there's many things said that give teenagers anxiety and people anxiety, period, that stuck off in pornography. And they tell them once you introduce it, you start watching it, that you can't get away. That's a lie. You can and you will in Jesus' name. Because I'm away from it now at 23 years old. Just know that that porn cannot keep you in the position you in of you trusting God. And I'm going to tell you this. If you are carelessly watching pornography in your teenage years, and I'm going to send you a warning right now as a person that was stuck off in it all their teenage years. You going to regret how much you done watched this stuff later on. You going to look back and you going to see how much it damaged you, how much time you wasted, how bad it programmed you to look at things the wrong way, how much it messed up your perspective on the opposite sex, how much it messed up your perspective on sexual things, period. You do not want to be a person that just carelessly turn this thing on and then think that they are safe until you finally run into something that shows you how much that pornography has tricked you and fooled you and how bad it really is that you carelessly watch this thing. Don't be that person. You know, your teenage years It's a fun time. It's a time that God has given us to enjoy our youth and learn many things. Don't learn the wrong things through pornography. Don't learn the wrong things and don't be caught up in these lies from the pornography. Pornography is gonna paint sex as such this thing that you need to put on a pedestal. Pornography gonna paint sex as something that you must have. So pornography gonna paint sex as something that's the greatest thing on earth, greatest thing to men and women, and that's a lie. The greatest thing to men or women is God and living for Him, not pornography. It's so many better things to be doing. But if you stuck off in porn and your mind is programmed to believe that sex is the greatest thing in this life, then guess what? All you're going to know is to keep running to sexual things and pornography and masturbation and lust and fornication. And them are the things that are damaging you the most. And you don't even realize it. Don't carelessly turn this thing off. If you somebody that is not watching it in their teenage years, then thank God. Don't let nobody deceive you and tell you need to turn it on. Don't feel like you need to keep up with the world and be curious about what they doing. Live for God instead. Do things the pure way, the clean way, and stay out of pornography. It's not bringing you life. It's destroying you. It's destroying things around you. Pornography is a very dangerous weapon that Satan uses against this generation, especially men and women, male and females that are in their teenage years. It's one of his greatest tools in society these days with teenagers in any age, but especially the teenage group. He want to mess them up during these times when it's supposed to be the most purest things. It's supposed to be the purest things throughout your whole life. But where you get programmed at in your teenage years could play a big part later on in the future. It's very important that you keep your eyes off this stuff. It's very important that you keep your mind off this stuff. It's very important that you do not spend time dwelling on this stuff. It ain't safe. I came from a place where I was struggling with the pornography till I finally got free, and I seen all the different phases of when I carelessly watched it, when I decided I was gonna quit, and when I was in a phase where I just was struggling with it and kept going back and forth when I didn't want to be in it. So I know how it is, and now I'm in a new lifestyle where I'm completely free. I know it could be done, but I look back and I see all them teenage years where the damage was done, but thank God for His healing. You could be healed as well in Jesus' name. But my final message to any teenager that has not turned on porn, is constantly struggling with it, or have turned it on and carelessly is watching it, my message is get rid of the porn. Stay away from the porn. Don't entertain the porn. It ain't worth your teenage years, and it ain't worth your time, period, no matter what age you are. But I pray this video bless you. And I pray you like, subscribe, and comment. Link in the description for the Instagram and for the Cash App if you are led to make a donation. But I pray that you will just be blessed in Jesus' name.